The conductor of an orchestra doesn't make a sound. He depends on his ability to make other people powerful. That's a quote from Benjamin Zander, who is leading an orchestra of students in 2 sold-out shows at Carnegie Hall. He'll tell us what he's learned about leadership from a career in music. That's next. A few hours from now, distinguished conductor Benjamin Zander will take the stage at one of the most famous classical music venues in the world, just a few blocks from here, Carnegie Hall. More than 12,000 people requested tickets to join his Boston Youth Philharmonic Orchestra for a night of Stravinsky, Debussy, and Tchaikovsky. Zander has made a name not just leading the band, but also in his inspiring speeches before their concerts. His mission is simple, he tells me, to teach leadership through classical music. Now, I went to meet him as he prepared for tonight's performance.
Music has a particular power. It's irresistible. There is nobody who doesn't respond to music of one kind or another. When we started off, we thought that the conductor was a leader up here and the orchestra was down here, and the conductor dominates the orchestra. That's the former view notion of leadership. What I discovered was that the conductor doesn't make a sound, so he gets his power from the power that he gives and gets from other people. So my interest is, how are they doing? If their eyes are shining, then I know that they're engaged fully in this process. If they're not shining, I ask this question: who am I being that my players' eyes are not shining? We can do that with our children, we can do that with our colleagues, with our workers.
Well, we can take those leadership principles, but why music?
Well, classical music has a particular power, a particular pathway to our soul that other music doesn't necessarily have, because it lifts us up like that. And that feeling of lift, that there's a theme in the Tchaikovsky, it's a loving theme. I ask, is there anybody who doesn't respond to that?
Whenever you speak, you talk about the vision thing, and when you apply it to music, you talk about certainly the impulse.
Yeah.
And when you don't hear the impulse,
right,
you can see the entire piece.
Stop thinking about every single note along the way and start thinking about the long, long line.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
does that apply to leadership?
Yes, absolutely. The vision is, look, most people in their daily lives think about the individual moments. They think about this minute or this quarter or that quarter if they're in business. The visionary thinks about the long line. So the beauty of music is, of classical music, is it sets up this enormous lines which don't fall. They're constantly, but this is about lifting the spirit and seeing and raising the eyes so you're looking into the distance.
We talk about your current passion, and you have many, the youth orchestra playing at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
You say they're not children, they're not accomplished musicians, they are leaders. How?
Right.
Why are they leaders?
Watching these kids play with their passion and their complete bodily engagement, their eyes, their energies, that's a very inspiring thing, because in most things in life, it's a competition. You're winning a game, you're competing with people to get into college, and there's all that fear and anxiety and pressure that exists around competition. This is not about competition. There's no winning here. It's all about contribution, about giving away the gift that this music speaks about and giving it to as many people as we possibly can find.
Such a treat earlier today, and really such a unique perspective on leadership that can apply to anything, including business. They are touring through Spain in the next few weeks. Believe me, if you can see them, it's worth every minute.